when are you going to get your stuff off my property?
Huh?
When are you going to get your stuff off my property like I've asked before I have to file a lawsuit?
That ain't your problem.
Do you want to see the surveys?
Yeah, you need to.
So if I show you a survey right now that proves that's my property.
Right.
If I show you a survey and proves that's my property.
Danny Falk came up here last weekend and said you're trying to claim some of his land across the freeway over there.
I'll show you the whole thing. I'll show you the whole surveys where that's my land.
He knows the man that surveyed that. He knows the man that surveyed it up there.
I know the man that surveyed it too, and I have proof that he's lied.
He didn't come across the railroad and survey nothing. He told Danny that you didn't own nothing across the railroad over there.
I'll show you where it was Hicks. I'll show you.
All that shit there's wrong. The state owns all that damn thing.
State don't own all that. So even if it's the state, what gives you the right to think you can store shit on it?
It wasn't it?
Even if it is the state's, what gives you the right to think you have the right to store shit on it? Solely, you have the right. If it was the state, it's everybody's.
No,
it's not just yours.
Huh?
If it's the state's, it's everybody's. It's not yours. But it's not the state's, it's mine.
Listen, we got to draw on your property, Daddy's, Darlene's, before it's all been surveyed.
You want to see this 1965 surveys? Do you want to see the 1916 surveys? Do you want to see the 1985 surveys?
2 or 3 houses down here was sitting over next to the freeway when it come through, and they moved them over here.
When they bought that land from the state. And I'll show you where they gave me this, where that came from, where everything came from.
State man, this highway comes into 4 lane, the creek comes this way.
Barry, your deed is this piece right here. It's 100 by 100. You don't have any right to that. I've served you notice. When I serve you a lawsuit and come after you for damages for the entire thing.
Get a survey.
I have a survey.
You ain't got no
I have the survey.
Huh?
When I serve you with a lawsuit and I go after your whole fucking family for damages.
Yeah, you
remember that.
You might get fucking shot too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a threat?
No, I ain't threatening.
Well, people just don't say you might get shot.
Huh?
People don't just say you might get shot unless they're making vague threats.
When you go doing something like that, family, it's gonna be something.
When I have to go and file a lawsuit and come after you for all the damages for storing shit over here, and the damages the court costs, and the damages of getting an updated survey, it's going to be very expensive. Remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's going to be very, very expensive for you.
Yeah,
you got really offended when I called you a thief, but you openly are stealing my land here.
No, I ain't stealing your land.
You are.
On this side of the railroad.
I absolutely do. That's why the GIS map shows it that way. That's why my surveys show it that way. That's why the state of Tennessee surveys show it that way.
That was back in the down 30s and 20s when I
No, that was 1965. They acknowledged this is Hicks land.
Yeah, but the state bought all of it.
No, they didn't. They bought 7 acres for the highway, and I have the surveys to prove it.
No, when they surveyed all that, listen.
Barry, I have the surveys.
If that went with it, they got surveyed.
No, it was all of the Hicks land was the court order from 2008. I have that also. I have a file stacked up.
Literally said you claiming that up there top of where that top gate is. You don't own that up there on that state line.
The hell I don't.
Huh?
Where the top gate is, I do. I own past that. I own about 150 feet past that. According to GIS. You dropped your dope, by the way.
Over on the far end, Daddy's, your land joins Daddy's and go straight up there, straight down the creek.
No. No, it doesn't. I'll happily show you the surveys because I have them in my phone.
We got them on the damn thing now. We got a goddamn drawing down there that long that way.
I'll happily show it to you. But this is not your land. And when I come after you for damages, Barry,
Black Creek.
When I come after you for damages for this, remember that. I'm going to go after for the full judgment. I will collect every dime on it. I promise. I promise. I highly suggest you remove your stuff before it gets very expensive for your family. I would not be pressing this if I wasn't right, Barry. And don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No, I'm not. I promise you, because I'll show you right now. I'll show you the 1965.
All that shit's wrong.
So the state of Tennessee is wrong, is what you're telling me.
No, now the state's got a drawing on it.
So would you like to see the state of Tennessee's drawing on this?
Even down on what trailer is down in front of Daddy's, that's on state property.
No, it's not. Well, no, it's not. That's on Charles Keefe's property.
That shit never was changed, I'm telling you.
I'll happily show it to you right here.
Right over there, and they moved them over here when the state bought all that. Put that freeway through here.
It is right here if you'd like to see it. I'll show you how you're wrong.
Look, you know when you go out the end of the road up here, that road that goes up in that pine thicket, and you climb that right there, there's a state marker sitting over there in that ditch running down along the side of the railroad. You ever seen it?
Oh yeah.
About that high?
Because in 1965 they came through and bought the Hicks land for one. They gave an easement for 134 in the highway. They took 7.98 acres from him, leaving him a tract.
Darlene's daddy was going to put a trailer outside that bridge right there.
It's unbuildable land over there. It's too much water there.
Huh?
It's too much water there. You can't build there.
No, it was on town state property. He got over there cleaning it off.
Barry.
I know. I've been here all my goddamn life. I'm telling you.
Barry,
I've been here
I'm
for
telling
60
you.
Goddamn
This
years,
is my lot. Ask the county whose island that is.
County.
Go to the GIS.
The state.
Go ask the county assessor whose land that is. I've had the GIS looked at and fixed because they had it mapped incorrectly.
State man.
I've talked to the state man, and when I have to get another survey, I'm going to come after you for all the damages. I promise you. I've asked you nicely multiple times. I've tried to be neighborly. I've tried to do the right thing.
No, you ain't done it. You've been damn smart ass.
Barry, if I was going to be a smart ass, I would have had your ass in fucking jail by now.
You done had my son in there, no?
That ain't my fault. Your son's been destined to go in jail since the day he was fucking born, because look what he fucking came from.
He done nothing to you. Huh?
Really?
What's he done?
You guys have stolen from me, you've looted from me, you vandalized this, you harassed my guests, you fucking vandalized this roadway, you steal property from me. You openly deal drugs, you have people openly on fucking narcotics all over the street.
Goddamn lie now. That's all you do.
Really?
Lie.
This is why your buddy's sitting here nodding out.
You saying he don't drugs? Huh?
This is why he's nodding out.
No, Roy's been in a bad car already. He get bad shape.
Sure. We're gonna clean that up, Barry.
Huh?
We're gonna clean this up, hell or high water.
Right.
And if I have to clean it up with high water, I'm going after you for the judgment, I promise. I absolutely promise.
Yeah, I'd make your damn life miserable. You just don't know.
Please do. Please do. Clean up the fucking county and the meth head bullshit, mostly coming from your neighborhood and your properties. I don't know where he's
Bob needs to talk to you too.
He has my number. He can call me. Let's talk.
He's pretty pissed off.
Go for it. So I'd happily read his deeds and I'll explain every bit of what I'm having to do. I'm more than happy to talk to Mr. Fox. More than happy. More than happy. You better clean it up.
Yeah.
I promise you, Barry. I'm not going to give you many more options. So, we bought this property a little bit a year ago when I got to go through to get to ours because our property's down this road. We got to send people through this. This is a public roadway. Constantly there's cars parked blocking the roadway, pulled out, cars pulled up. We get encroachment stuff on this. Junk, debris, scrap metal, all kinds of shit in the creek, stuff in the creek. There's tires and stuff down in the creek down there. Then we got chicken coops, they've got dog pens, they've got all this stuff. Penises painted on my tree right there. Trying to see if that power pole had a label on it. The power pole has a label on it of what number it was.
Yeah, I remember writing it down years ago. I can't remember. It's on the pole. It's on the pole. Well, I was trying to figure out who owned it.
Yeah.
Power board.
I mean, they're paying for it. I don't care if they want to pay for it, but
First chicken coop.
what's the rule on found livestock on your property?
Fresh, free range.
Oh yeah, and then we got spray painting in the roadway
Bullet holes all in that
where
sign
it's
is my biggest push.
a dick licker, a giant middle finger, or what started to be a dick. I believe it says something. I don't know. It says something there.
Down
And then it says, fuck you, Redbeard, here. We had to call the cops on that. Yeah, we got signs with bullet holes in it, dinged up multiple times where they use them as targets.
See down here? You can't see it from here. Spray painted big rocks. This is bug right here. It's like, yeah, that's so big.
Yeah, constantly vandalizing stuff.
But I showed that to the law. They said it's a train property, not yours.
Yeah.
It was a shitty way out. Was it?
But the problem is they're shooting in my house's direction.
Yeah, I would, you know.
Like, I'm all for firearms use. Just do
Yeah.
it fucking safely.
What's safe is there ain't none coming from this way. I've never shot that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
nobody has shot that. It's all that way.
Yeah. The back of this one too. Just shot up. All the dings and dents in it. Actually, I'm gonna walk back down here so I can show this. So it turns out the property line is on the inside corner of this roadway. And all that junk on the other side is on my property. But the GIS is wrong. It shows it as theirs, so they just kind of took it over. But after some deed research, and deeds dating back to the early and mid 70s when that lot was created, it's clearly wrong, and I was able to prove it to the county today. So their lot is 100 foot wide by 100 foot across this way up to the corner. They're into the CSX easement. Just constantly being a public nuisance, and actually burning trash, pulling scrap metal out of printers, junk back here. Their property line comes to that fence, and they're actually encroaching upon here. So then we have a deer stand here with a direct line of sight for my property where they're poaching. So I'm gonna go have a conversation with the neighbor. Tell him more stolen scrap metal by them where they just burn it. More junk. Where they try to clean wires and burn it. Just being a public nuisance. So I'm actively trying to get this cleared up. And finally, through some deed research, figured it out. That's where they're stashing their stolen copper that they've scrapped after they remodeled it. I'd love to get a report from Chattanooga PD or Marion County, see how much scrap metal they go through. Like an old FEMA trailer. Either way, my main concern is getting this stuff cleaned up and not having to deal with harassment and nonsense and trespassers and everything else. The problem is all that's mine, so the dog pen's got to go, all the scrap metal's got to go, all the sheds and all the junk. I mean, that's the survey marker. Pretty sure. Because on the same side, on my side, it mentions one. It's just a little bit inside of it, and it mentions there. So, yeah, I'm getting kind of over the nonsense of meth heads over here. So, we're gonna either get it cleaned up or we're gonna file a lawsuit.